Welcome, minasan, to Game Grammar's Japanese Pokedex project. Today's subject is very strange, isn't it? Excuse me, it's Fushigidane. You might know it better as Bulbasaur. We've already covered Hitokage and Zenigame, and thought we might round out our starter trio, so let's get cracking. Unlike Hitokage, which just means salamander, and Zenigame, which just means pond turtle, Fushigidane is a tried and true Japanese pun. About time. Let's start with the literal. Fushigi means mysterious or wonderful, and tane means seed. Normally, if we want to modify tane with fushigi, we'd need a na. It's a na adjective after all. So it would be fushigi na tane, a seed that is mysterious. Mysterious seed. But in the world of languages, things don't always follow the rules, so we just mash them together, add the ten, the little dots, to tane, to make it easier to pronounce, and we get Fushigidane. Bulbasaur's biology sure is mysterious. Is it a plant? An animal? Both? Has anyone ever really tried to figure out what Bulbasaur is? And I don't see where the seed aspect comes in. Maybe it'll make sense later. Wink. Oh, the pun. Right. Almost forgot. For this pun, Fushigi is still gonna mean mysterious or strange. Da is a common sentence ending in casual Japanese. It's a copula verb like des, but it's in the simple form, so it's roughly equivalent to saying it is in English. So, fushigi da would be like saying it is mysterious. But then comes ne. Ne is a sentence ender, and its meaning depends on the context, but usually it means something like isn't it? Or right? The speakers seek an agreement, but in a soft, non-aggressive way. Adding the ne transforms it is mysterious to fushigidane. It is mysterious, isn't it? I wonder how many times the anime used this as a punchline. To recap, Fushigidane means both mysterious seed and it's mysterious, isn't it? Fushigidane is a kusa or grass type. Literally, it just means grass. I'll spare you my lecture on evolutionary phyla and how most grass-type Pokemon should instead be plant Pokemon. At 0.7 meteru, or 0.7 meters tall, 2 foot 4 inches, and 6.9 kilogramu, 6.9 kilograms, 15.2 pounds, Bulbasaur is both the tallest and lightest Kanto starter Pokemon. Being a plant will do that to you, though I would have expected Charmander to be good at burning fat. Exercise jokes. 2 foot 4 inches is slightly taller than a German Shepherd, and 15-pound weights are pretty common at my gym. I can do bicep curls with Bulbasaur. More exercise jokes. Now, the meat of the episode. Or maybe plant-based proteins would be more appropriate for today. Anyway, Fushigidane no Pokemon Zukan entry. 生まれた時から背中に不思議な種が植えてあって体と共に育つという. Immediately, you may notice 生まれた時. It's very similar to 生まれた後, which we saw with Zenigame. 生まれた is from 生まれる, to be born, but it's in the past tense, so it was born. Toki means time. Verbs can join directly to nouns, modify those nouns, so 生まれた時 means the time it was born, or when it was born. Kara is a particle that roughly means from, so 生まれた時から means from the time it was born. Senaka also returns from Zenigame's Pokedex entry. It still means back like the body part. Ni indicates a location or destination, so something's about to happen at the back. We see fushigi na tane, mysterious seed, again, and uete atte is our verb. Ueru is our main verb here. It means to plant or to grow. Here it's uete, or the te form, with atte after it. Tearu is a special use of the te form that we explained thoroughly in another episode. But in short, it means that whatever action was done, it was performed deliberately and has resulted in a certain state of being. In this case, uetearu would mean it is planted, and we know that it's still there. Of course, the te atte is also in the te form, but that's continuative. Something happens after that happened. You could say it's like a comma, but you say it out loud. So far we have 生まれた時から背中に不思議な種が植えてあって, which reads as, from the time it was born, a mysterious seed is planted in its back, comma. Karada simply means body, and to is a particle that means with or and, depending on the context. Tomoni means together, or at the same time. Tomoni is more often than not paired with to. Sodatsu means to be raised, so karada to tomoni sodatsu means to be raised together with the body. Our subject is still the seed, so the seed and body are raised together after the seed is planted in the back. Makes sense. Finally, toyu is a phrase that here means it is said. It can also mean it is called or they say. They say is more accurate because toyu is an active verb rather than a passive one, but in English localizations you might see both because the meaning is similar enough. Remember that here, to is a particle that acts like a quotation mark of sorts, and iu means to say. Toyu can also be attached to larger phrases to explain more complex ideas. 生まれた時から背中に不思議な種が植えてあって、体と共に育つという。They say that from the time it was born, a mysterious seed was planted in its back, and its body grows along with it. Looks like we cracked the mystery of why the name is all about seeds, when Bulbasaur clearly has a bulb. The bulb grew from a seed. In hindsight, that should have been fairly obvious. Oh well. Now, here's what the Pokemon Leaf Green Pokedex says in the official English translation. A strange seed was planted on its back at birth. The plant sprouts and grows with this Pokemon. It looks like the original localizers cracked the mystery long before we did. Imagine that. They went with a different, less literal translation of Toyu, which isn't surprising. There are plenty of ways to interpret Toyu, but I feel that both are valid. Thanks for watching the Japanese Pokedex project. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe or show your support by commenting or liking this video. In the description, we have links to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and access to vocabulary lists for cool words and phrases learned in this episode, and others. Shout out to our patrons who help support the show. You can help too at patreon.com/gamegrammar. Until next time, mata ne!
これ is also talking about the dream virus itself as a tool instead of deletion. De marking これ as the means of what the verb will be done with. With this これで he'll be able to delete the sekai or world. デリートじゃ。これで世界はデリートじゃ。